Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread reading using the Spellcasting Oracle cards. I just got this in the mail Thursday and I've been loving it ever since. So I'm going to do, this reading is going to be for the next 30 days. This card deck is a little bit different. And each card has several different meanings. There's also like a spell or an incantation, I guess that's how you say it, or a meditation that you can do to help bring about each one of these. So I'm not sure if I'm exactly going to get into that part of it, but if there's one in particular that speaks to you and you want all the details about that card and its meaning, then just let me know and I will send it back to you in a reply. Whether it's through Facebook or YouTube. Alright, so let's see what the cards have to say. I just gotta shuffle them real quick, so be patient. Alright, spellcasting. I'm looking for 30. I'm looking for 10 cards for a Celtic cross spread reading. What messages do you have for all viewers for the next 30 days? I've also been working on my camera, so hopefully this angle here will help with the glare. Oh no. Sorry. I also got the Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor, and one of the cards, I guess I put it in the wrong deck. Hopefully, if you don't mind waiting 1 second, let me check just to make sure. The next reading that I do is going to be from the will be from this deck, so that one will be within, you know, a couple days or so. But it looks like I didn't put, when I do them for myself, like I mix the card. I use several decks, so that's what I did for this one. And I guess I picked up the wrong card and stuck it in that one. Alright, so let's see. Oh, alright, well, the situation at hand is asking for you to have trust. And it's almost like I think I spoke about this in the last couple of readings. I did an Earth Magic reading probably, I guess, about a week or two ago. And the outcome card of that deck was Island with Solitude. And the island and everything looked like it was in, like a storm was around it. So it was kind of dark. And then there was the sun breaking through one little spot in the clouds. And it had this beam of light coming down onto the island. This reminds me of that. So I don't know if you are at this time right now in somewhat of solitude, away from, you know, people, drama and chaos, just like chilling by yourself. Or, I mean, you could even be like there but not there. You know, your body and everything's operating, but, you know, consciously your mind or soul could be somewhere else. Whatever the case, you do have trust. You must feel comfortable in what's going on right now. So there is that. It doesn't seem like it's affecting you. Maybe you have this deep inner knowing that everything is fine, and you're just sitting back chilling, waiting to see what's going to go down or happen. Oh, wow. All right, so the challenge right now is good luck. So you may feel like, you know, this card has a lot of green in it as well. So you may feel like your challenge right now, by forward movement, by prosperity, by things coming through, you know, that actually can happen to us a lot, especially when you are going through the winter months. There is a name for it. It's like, I want to say, I keep wanting to say like gestational, but it's like seasonal depression disorder. That's what it is. I don't know why I wanted to say maybe gestation, because maybe we're just in that time period of a gestation time period. So with this trust card, it says, you be wise to be watchful and to trust no one at this time. Keep yourself to yourself and do not buy into any fear or chaos that's being stirred up around you. You know the truth, so stand strong in being true to who you are. Remember that relationships, whether personal or business, should be built on trust, and a mutual agreement could test your faith. You've been let down badly before, and it's taken a while to trust again. However, someone vulnerable needs your assurance, and a secret is shared. It's time to prove how trustworthy you can really be. Now, the special, like the additional meanings to this is hold your cards close to your chest. Be careful with whom you share your ideas. The person you've inquired about is trustworthy. Open your heart. It's time to trust. So, you could be just like sitting back chilling. And you know, I've been doing this exact same thing. Even though you're good within that, you maybe there are things that you've wanted or asked for and they haven't really come through just yet. So you could be feeling like you're blocked or challenged by that at the moment. Keep in mind that if you see a black cat, that means that good luck is on your side. Alright, wow, look at this card. So the basis of all this is strength. So this is kind of like, I feel like now that I see this card, I almost feel like let me gather my words here, how I'm going to put this. You have an inner strength. You have a spiritual strength, a physical strength, mental strength. You have a strength within you that is making you feel this way. Now, whether this has come through on the spiritual realm or on the physical, you know, it could even be your mindset at this time. But something has happened where you feel strong within your element, within your being, and that's what's given you this place of trust, of sitting back, maybe waiting to bide your time to act, or you're sitting back comfortable knowing that everything is going to work out, you know, the way it's supposed to. You're just like sitting back chilling. You know that things are going on in the world right now, and this just kind of like, because of where you have been spiritually, mentally, and physically, it's gotten you to a point right now where you may not have, I'm going to say, I mean, this is going to be, you know, depending on, this isn't going to be everyone's story, but some of you are like, you haven't felt this strong in a very long time. You haven't felt this good within yourself in a very long time. And some of you, you may not have ever felt like this ever. This might be the first time you've ever felt this strength, this inner knowing, this I almost wanted to say this compass. But it's like, you know, that inner knowing that you're good and that you're fine. Even though there might be chaos and shit going on around you, you're centered, you're grounded, and you're good. And it could have been something that happened around the last full moon. There is a butterfly here, speaking of transformation. But let me read this card and see what it says. Because you're of a sensitive nature, you've been misunderstood and have been perceived as weak. It's time to release the roaring lion within and let others know you mean business. Robustness is required as you step up to your responsibilities and reclaim your power. Rapid growth accompanies you as you deal with emotional or mental issues. So draw strength from that knowledge in order to heal and become strong again. Take heed of the signs to your physical activity to build the fortitude and resilience you need to withstand any pressures you're facing. Strength will pull you through when faced with your greatest weakness. You're stronger than you realize. Believe in yourself. Determination will get the job done. Your spiritual side is strong, and strength emerges through forgiveness. So I would say maybe you've encountered forgiveness. There's something here I feel like around this last full moon that helped to get you where you are right now and in this place. But I feel like you're somewhat sitting pretty. Alright, so in the past we have lighten your load. So you could have in the past been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and maybe you decided during the last full moon to release some of that through the full moon. You could have done like a clearing or a cleansing, or you could have just like, said the words, like you just shrugged it off, you let it go, and you were like, it is what it is. And let bygones be bygones, something like that. But whatever that releasing was, it has brought you now into a place of strength and trust. So presently speaking, we have happiness, and there's another butterfly. This is a really pretty card. I love the colors in this card. So right now you are happy. Regardless of whatever's going on around you, within the world right now, there is happiness around to be found. Oh, wow. And so what we're moving into, this would be like around the end of the month, toward the next full moon, is love. Now, whether this is a newfound love you have for yourself, those around you, or if this is with an actual person. I'm just going to read this card here. The love that you seek is waiting to be made manifest. You'll know when it arrives, for love always looks for the best in others and is recognized in an instant. Love is your true nature, and it's necessary for you to honor the compassion you feel in your heart. When you're true to yourself, your light shines brightly with divine love, nourishing you from within and inspiring those around you. Heartbreak, loss, and rejection has caused your heart chakra to shrink, and your fears have become guarded and defensive. But have faith, for a little magic will bring the satisfaction of your heart. Will bring about that satisfaction your heart requires in order to be whole. Work with rose quartz crystal. Accept and believe in who you are. It is safe both to give and receive love, and honor your true feelings. So, now this card here is going to be around the full moon, the end of the month. I think it's on the 28th. So that's like, that's about 2 weeks away. So it fits in perfectly with the timing. And plus she has like a full moon or an orb or a halo behind her head. Now I will go ahead and tell you this incantation here. So if you want to practice this around the full moon to help, then take some notes or something. Pause the video if you have to. Alright, so to open your heart chakra, hold a piece of rose quartz and light a pink candle on a Friday at dusk when the moon is full. So that would be like on the 29th of January. Okay? Face the direction of south and say, flowers of pink, crystals of rose, bring me new romance, so I will not close. My heart, my beautiful heart, I'm longing to share compassion and kindness, to be gentle and fair. Desires recognized, I wish to ignite my passionate dreams, so that I might attract beauty and love into the world. May deep love mystery now be unfurled, to bring about romance, kisses and laughter, and be of my heart happily ever after. Attraction shines brightly, it fills up my heart. Love now surrounds me, near to depart. Blow out the candle and directing its smoke over your heart center and say, gratefully I accept the magic of you, of protection to assist in all that I do. Lend me the courage, build power in me, assist my transcendence, so mote it be. So that's very neat. You know, it doesn't take much to activate these cards, like the meanings of these cards. So, I mean, you could just have, like this card says, trust in knowing that it's going to happen, and it will happen. Your advice. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a beautiful card as well. All these cards are beautiful. Some of them are like breathtaking, like this happiness card. And this one, I don't know what it is about the colors, but this one's clarity. So your advice here is to know that clarity is coming. Clarity will come, and it may come during this time here, because, you know, this is like, love is the highest vibrational force. It is our heart's frequency, which is a 528 megahertz. So you can listen to, am I listening to that right now? Hold on, let me check, because I'm listening to, I am. So on Pandora, you can type in 528 and you'll see HZ Miracle Radio. That is the heart chakra frequency, the frequency for your heart chakra. And I listen to it throughout the day, and so that helps. It's supposed to help that frequency to open and expand the heart chakra. So you can play that while you sleep at nighttime, or while you take a nap, or just throughout the day. I'll tell you, every animal in my house is knocked out whenever I play it. I mean, you can hear it now. It plays throughout the reading, and all of my animals are laying down, zonked out. So, you know, my cat's over here sunbathing, and she's like loving every bit of it. And I feel like when you're coming from that higher vibration, there are no blockages. It's like they dissipate, they disintegrate, and it opens you up to not only understanding, but also the answers. So you should be, oh yes, okay, and I just now remember too, we are also coming into Mercury retrograde. So that is like the angel, not the angel, but that's like the communication planet of technology. So I have always read, during a Mercury retrograde, you have instant connection with the universe, with God, whatever you consider your source to be. So during a Mercury retrograde, you are supposed to be able to ask questions and instantly receive the answers. So if you start writing questions down and get yourself prepared, and then throughout Mercury retrograde, which is a 3-week time period, start asking those questions that you want to receive the answers to, that you want to know. And the answers should come, especially in the evening, going into, well, I would say more so at nighttime. But whether you do meditation, whether you're off to yourself, whether you're just praying, I feel like the clarity for the things that have maybe not been so clear will come. Now, in your environment, wow, another beautiful card. I mean, here it is, another butterfly. So in your environment, there's a lot of change and transformation going on. That means like in your environment, like the people that you interact with, your job, your home, your neighbors, your town, like this would be, I would say, a transformation on a global level going on for everyone. So when that goes down, the more you can practice not only forgiveness, but compassion and strength to others and love, you'll see that reflected back to you in kindness. And also, when people see your lightheartedness and that you've changed, it also helps to open them up to change. So if you are a light worker, just extend your light to others. And if some of you say, how do you do that? Then all I can tell you is to be the light. Be the light that which you seek. Be that beacon. Just tap into what you are and own it and give freely, and you'll notice that other people will either be open to receive it, and which in turn will help them transform and change, or you'll see the ones that aren't open, you'll see them exit. Just keep in mind. Because, you know, it's like, I have one friend she's probably more spiritual than I am. She's the one that got me into spirituality. And she has always fussed about, like, you know, because there's always, like, the ones that either don't want to wake up, they're still asleep, that, that are kind of like the sheep. And, you know, there's always been situations where she has complained or fussed or just had a rant about them. And, you know, I spoke to her a few months ago. She was ranting about seeing people drive around in their cars with their mask on. And she was like, when are people going to wake up? You don't have to drive around in your car by yourself with a mask on. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm so glad you mentioned this, because I haven't, the whole entire time I've known her, which has probably been like 10 years, I never knew how to put this into words. But all of a sudden, when she started talking about these people with the mask, I remembered Abraham. Now keep in mind, she and I have always listened to Abraham Hicks. She's the one that introduced me to Abraham Hicks. But for some reason, it didn't click until this one theory about these John Brown masks. And I said to her, you know what? Look, girl, okay? In all things, and this goes to say for everything, for everybody, okay? That is the contrast. You have to have some contrast in everything you do. Like, in any scenario, you're going to have 25% of people who are awake, open, receptive, elevating, flying high, light workers ready to heal the fucking world. You're going to have 25% that's like, yeah, I want to do that, but You're going to have another 25% that are like, well, I just don't know about all that, okay? I don't know. Let me think about it. And then you're going to have 25% that they don't even have, like in the book of Isaiah, which is some deep shit. I love the book of Isaiah. It's like in the book of Isaiah, you're going to have the people that do not have the eyes to see God. They don't have the ears to hear it. They don't have the heart to feel it. They don't have the mouth to speak it. They are completely in the physical. They are asleep. They have no idea. Okay? So you're always going to have that contrast in all things. That's like the order of life or existence. So you got to take the good with the bad. And it's like those people that, you know, drive around in their cars with their mask on by themselves. You know, I saw one today. You know, the person is probably one of those that's asleep. And you know what? That's A-okay. We still need people like that anyway. So just keep that in mind, that even though there are people that are in different stages of enlightenment, no one is higher up or lower than. You know, we're all the same. We're all doing the best that we can. I'll tell you that the thing that makes the most impact is this. This is the thing right here that makes the most impact out of anything. This is the key. This right here is a big fucking key as well. So if you can encompass all this is right here and give freely to those around you, there's nothing that can beat that. Because when you are a beacon of light for the world, the whole world will see it. And the ones, I feel like even the ones that are asleep, I feel they will still see your light. Because I'm telling you, man, that light is unavoidable. It is unavoidable. I walked into a well, when I first moved back home, I got a job waiting tables when I came back here. And my hair was like, at the time, my hair was like, it wasn't black, but it was really dark. But kind of like Colette Baron Reed's hair, except for where hers is red, mine was purple. Alright, I love purple. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a purple person. So, my hair was like hers, and I had on like a Alice in Wonderland t-shirt. I came walking through the restaurant. This one, I'll never forget this man, boy. This man, he was sitting there with his family, his wife, and his 2 kids. And he looked over at me, and he like jumped. I looked at him like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. And he was like, girl, you are like a ray of sunshine in this place. And just how he said it and the way it came, I mean, the whole restaurant heard him. Even his wife started laughing. He was like, you light this place up. And I was like, well, thank you. I'm just spreading love, joy, and kindness everywhere I go. And he was like, keep up the good work, girlfriend, because it's working. He was like, you are definitely like a rainbow on a sunny day. And I was like, wow, that really, like I said, I will never forget him and what he said that day. But it's like, you cannot miss, you can't overlook this and not see this. You cannot. So go out and be this, and you'll see everything in your environment change. And I think that whatever this change is that comes in, it's going to bring you the clarity and the answers you seek. You know, feng shui wise, they also say as well, if you want answers and you can't get clear, then Windex and wash your windows on your house, your car. It brings in clarity. All right. Okay. So this is in our hopes and fears sector. This is career. So you may have fears around your job or what's going on with you at work, especially if you feel like, if you are like somewhat of a light worker, an earth angel, or an empath. You know, there's all kinds of names and like titles and labels. You know, there's like indigo or rainbow kid or crystal child, whatever. We don't need the labels. We all have a purpose, and we're all special. It's the ones that wake up to that knowledge that are the ones that shine the brightest. The ones that stay asleep, and you know, it's not always their fault either. So anyways, let me rein it back in. If you're at a job that's very much physical driven, there's nothing spiritual about it, You may have fears around, how you stick out. And trust me, I've been in places like that. I'm in a place like this right now. My boss tells me like every 2 days, you are something else. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I know. He's like, you are something. You are something. He went into a fit one day because he's Greek, about how 3,000 or 2,000 years ago, there were like these Greek philosophers and they did all this stuff, and he was telling me what they did. And I was like in front of a group of people, servers, listening to him, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, what are you nodding your head about? And I said, I know someone from that time period too that did stuff like that. And oh boy, he got all caught up in his ego. He was like, oh, I bet you do know someone from back then. Who do you know? And I mean, I didn't mean it like in a way to be like egotistical or I'm about to tell the world. But I was like, oh shit, okay. I was like, oh, well, Jesus. And then, I wasn't trying to get into an ego battle or nothing. I just kind of got caught up in it, and I was, when he was telling me all these people, and I'm thinking, what, I knew someone did too that did some magical shit. And when he asked me, and I said, at first was like, oh shit. I didn't mean to get put on the spot like that. And I was like, okay, well, Jesus. Everybody, it took a few seconds, but then everybody was like, damn, girl, get it with your bad self. Like, I hear you, And it just made the whole place, like, it just elevated the whole place. Because everyone was laughing about it. And evidently, he hasn't really met people on his... Because, I mean, he's pushing 80. He's like 76 years old. And he is Greek. So, according to him, everything evolves and started in Greece. Everyone else just stole their ideas from Greece. So, we hear this on a daily basis at my job. The Greeks are smart and everyone else is dumb. So, I even got into not an argument, but a challenge with him on Leonardo da Vinci one time. And he was like, he rolled his eyes. I'm like, what? Because he's Italian and he's not Greek? And that started something. And then he was like, why do you think Leonardo is the best? And I'm like, he is the best. And then I named off like the 6 founding things that Leonardo gave us. And he was like, okay, all right, you're right. So I don't think he's really ever encountered, especially a female, who maybe intellectually can carry on a conversation with him intellectually, like what I have been able to. So, anyways, when you're in that environment, if you will just focus on the goodness within yourself and spread it, you can't go wrong. And if you have fears around your environment, especially at work, then go to work and express and show and be this right here. You'll see the change and transformation within it. And then too, it could be you have hopes that like things change at work, and I believe that they will because of this card right here. But, well, actually, excuse me, both of these cards, this transformation card and that, there is, and I kept wanting to say global, and I look over and there's the globe. There is, I feel like, a global change amongst us. So I wouldn't really give in to the fears. It looks like in this career card that, there's another circle. There's a lot of circles in these cards here. This one here is a rainbow. So there is happiness and good things around this card. Let me read the meaning of this card here. Maybe this will give some more clarity. Okay, so a daily routine can become rather monotonous. And I feel like that too. And a new challenge is just what's needed to inject new life into work that's become increasingly dull. So maybe you feel like work has become dull and boring. A new sense of responsibility and duty is the ideal solution to really make something of yourself. Your soul craves to express itself through your goals and achievements. Whether you wish to be authoritative, creative, hands-on, or just part of a team, this is the perfect opportunity to reinvent yourself in the workplace. The universe supports a career move as you take deliberate steps towards your life purpose. Follow any signs, ideas, and visions you receive as they point you towards your dreams. You were born for this. So here's the additional meanings. A new career beckons. Promotion is on the cards. A dismissal is a blessing in disguise. You're being called into service. Follow your heart. You're fully supported. So even if you feel like you want to leave this job and look for something else, then, put in your notice and start looking. Redo your resume. Update it. Start putting it out there. Getting on the websites like Indeed.com or Craigslist and start looking for your local newspaper, classified sections. I don't think people use Career Builder or that monster thing that much anymore, but I'm sure somebody might. But start looking and start taking the steps towards that. And then too, if you want to stay where you are, then you could have hopes that you get a raise or a promotion. And if you do, then keep following in that, because I feel like something good is going to come of it. Now, our outcome. And look, here's compassion. And there's the globe in her hands. So I would say that I'm just going to move this one down so we can see it a lot better. I would say that this is something that is going to be on a global scale within ourselves and with the people that are also in our environment that we deal with. It's time to soften your heart a little and offer a sympathetic ear to those close to you who are in need of your love and support at this time. Often emotional hurts can cause the heart chakra to close, preventing any feelings of tenderness towards others. It's time to break down your differences and remember that a trouble shared is a trouble halved. Try to imagine how it feels from another's point of view as you start to hone your natural warmth and sympathetic nature. Compassion occurs when your heart expands and opens up to embrace both the emotions of others and those of your own. So go easy on yourself. And I would say this for yourself and the ones around you. It is safe to open up to others. An emotional upheaval is healed. See another's point of view. Honor your feelings. Someone needs your support. There are lessons to be learned. So, I would say that this is like, because, she's got the world in her hands. And there's 2 world cards here. So, there is, I feel like, on a global scale, worldly scale, that something's going to shift. There's going to be a change, and that we're all going to be more compassionate towards each other. So I'm going to look at the bottom 3. We have closure, blessings, peace, and dreams. So I feel like, whatever these changes are that's happening throughout the next 30 days, whatever it is, it's going to be bring closure to something. Because we also have that clarity card in here as well. It is a blessing in disguise. It will give you more peace. And, this might be something, because we have dreams, that either helps you to go toward your dreams, go more toward your goals, or it helps to change them and transform them where you receive the clarity you need. Maybe you saw it one way, but whatever this change or transformation is that goes on here, maybe it gives you another point of view. So now you're able to see it differently. And you can go about it that way. So that's all I have. I thank you all for tuning in. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, follow, or share, and let me know what you think. And I'll see you all again here soon. Take care. Namaste.